book afterwards. Those are the funniest ones.
Oh, you said you were too tired. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, you said you were tired. Should be. So how do you feel about them putting satanic stuff up in public places?
The what?
Satanic stuff, like the satanic people?
Satanic or Titanic?
Satanic. They're Titanic in size. But
what are they putting up?
So the statues, they're replacing our mangers with statues.
Who's they, and what are you talking about?
The Satanists, the lefties.
What statues?
Of the goat with the boobies.
Are you the goat with the boobies guy from earlier?
I don't know. He had a good point.
That you guys don't know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. You're worried about statues?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about us taking down those Confederate statues? What do you think?
Oh, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
Confederate statues have something to do with religion?
Yeah, God made Confederates.
What?
It's true. You can look it up.
Look it up where?
In the Bible.
Is this a troll, dude? This sucks. You're not good at this. I know. I'm sorry. I just don't think that this is very good. Disney expert travel agent contact me for idea rides? What is this?
Oh.
It's not good. Figure it out.
Fine.
Figure out the... All right. Boo, dude. Tomato. You can do better. We can all do better. Goat boobies. What the fuck?
Hello, man.
What's up?
I'm MAGA.
Are you?
Nah, I'm just playing, man. I'm not MAGA. I'm like, I don't understand why everybody is MAGA. I don't support that.
Buddy, how old are you? I'm sorry, you're too young.
Too young? Alright.
Yeah, appreciate you, dude. Right? I feel like a lot of the best conversations I've had were like, don't clip this. We're with like, don't clip this. With like younger dudes who were like interested, kind of on the fence, kind of just getting into this politics. And I feel like I wish it weren't so faux pas to like talk to kids. Don't clip this. I hope you're getting from where I'm coming from, you know? What's up, hairy nerds? What do you call yourselves? What do you call yourselves? Don't clip it. What does Harry call you? We've got nerds in here. I'm sure there's a lot of overlap over there, you and hairy people. Hairy berries? I doubt it. I doubt it. Hairy holics? Horrific. I regret asking. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Oh, got the wrong person.
Oh shit, what up?
Oh, shit. Go for it.
Can you hear me okay?
Terrible echo. Oh, it might be Jessica. Oh. Yeah, okay, great. What's up, man?
Is it better?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Israel, Palestine. Where do you sit on that?
Where everybody else sits. you sit?
Well, I sit on the left, but I worry about the neoliberal stance on Israel-Palestine, and more so their connection to the military-industrial complex.
Neoliberal meaning like far
Establishment.
leftist?
Well, no, I mean more so establishment Democrats, who I kind of feel have pushed out the real left.
You push them out?
Yeah, so I mean, I was a delegate in 2016 for Bernie Sanders, right? I caucused for my district in 3 different caucuses, and the general tone, and I think we all saw it, was dismissive at best. That, you know, they want our votes, but we're not really allowed a seat at the table when it comes to the real big hitting issues, international issues like perpetual global warfare, and big money interests owning politicians through PACs.
Okay.
And I just get a little bit freaked out when I see Kamala Harris kind of shoehorned in. I mean, I didn't think that Biden should have ran a second term, and it was a pretty good move that they pulled against the Republicans. I mean, they spent all this money campaigning against old Sleepy Joe, and then, you know, then that's out the window as soon as Kamala gets in.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike Kamala on every issue, obviously, and I actually work in law enforcement, hilariously enough, ironically enough.
You're saying people are not far left enough on the Israel-Palestine stance,
Well,
in disavowing support for Israel.
yeah, I mean, I essentially just mean the Democratic Party as an entity, right? When we hold these primaries and we supposedly get to vote on who our candidate is going to be, they showed us in 2016 it's really going to be who they want there, and they fall pretty far right of the global political
I think
spectrum.
if you are involved with the Democratic Party as much
in
as
the U.S. anyways.
can you hear me? Sorry. If you are involved with the Democratic Party as much
Hold
as
on 1 second. I lost audio. Sorry, I missed what you said.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
If you are involved with the Democratic Party as much as you say you are, you understand that the tent for us has to be much bigger than the Republicans, and by virtue of gerrymandering, by virtue of the way that they have positioned themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
So the people who are the most engaged and most informed seem to want Bernie Sanders, seem to want people like AOC who are purpose driven and want to engage and put the government's power behind the people. People who are less involved, who just know that they don't want a sexual assaultist, fucking authoritarian, or anybody even just further left or further right than Bernie, they're going to need a candidate who is less scary to them, who is less going to shake the pot. And when it comes to shit like Trump, a candidate like Biden, like Kamala, like fucking Beto, like people who are just sort of left-ish, but Democrats for sure, who want to continue this sort of like status quo government, infuriating to a lot of us, but more likely to get the lowest common denominator Democrat, which sucks, and I hate it, to get to vote for them because of this big old tent that we need. Yeah. Is that going to further progress with the rapidity that we need? No. Does that suck? Sure. If it were anyone but Trump, who, in my opinion, represents a fucking clear and present danger to our democracy in every way, shape, or form, and our morality. If it were him, or if it were anybody but him, we wouldn't be forced to sort of like placate, just try and like get the most vanilla person that we could get in there, because at least we could try. At least we could try and like shake things up and be really.
That's why we need ranked choice voting.
Sure. Guess how we get ranked choice voting? If we can vote again. If we can ever vote again, number one. If we can flip the House and the Senate like we have done before with the 2/3, and we can implement a real change to the Electoral Congress. But guess what doesn't fucking happen if we can never vote again? Guess what doesn't happen if this guy gets in power? Just like, you know what? I think we've had enough votes. This is what I'm talking about with this. Like, we're not, we're this moment that we're up against. I understand the concept of like being horrified to vote for an administration that you see complicit in what is happening over there. The flip side to that is we're going to have an administration that is not only going to be just as bad, but worse for the Palestinian people in Donald Trump, but then also unleash fresh hell onto the most vulnerable of us in America. Not me, not you from the blind sound of it, but the most vulnerable of us in America. And like when we're sitting here trying to like morally equivalize these two choices and being like, they're both bad, I just can't fucking get there. There's not been a scenario in which I can like wrap my mind around what this line of reasoning is. And yeah, I wanted Bernie. I would take Bernie now if he wasn't 10,000 years old and my grandfather. Yes,
I would still take him over Kamala.
How old is Bernie?
Old as shit. I think he's like 78.
Stop, dude. She's 60. There are people, Pete's out here just being Pete. There are people out there that are like, we don't need, I fucking AOC, dude. Great. Let's just do her now. It's fine. My thing is that like this idea that like we are splintering off the people who are the most engaged for their moral victory in not voting for Kamala Harris, and the way that she has been foisted upon us. Criticizable, sure. I don't like being the guy that be like, I don't shut up and do it because we were over a barrel, but it does not change. I'm sorry to like fucking monologue this, but like it does not change the reality in which we find ourselves. It does not change the reality in which we find ourselves. It does not change in any way the reality in which we find ourselves, which is going to be these two fucking people. These two people. This is this is what's happening. It is a fucking miscarriage of justice, and that's what we're doing.
No, I get that, and I feel that as the father of a young daughter, I'm horrified at the even mere prospect of another Trump presidency.
I think, and it feels very un-American of me to be like, shut up then, right? Because like voicing this opinion, but like this air of like a sliver or a slice of the left not being on board with this, like the unity that we need to like feel needs to be just as strong or stronger than it was in 2020 against this fucking guy. That's what I am saying, and that's I understand why we don't have that, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that we need it.
Yeah.
Sorry to just steamroll this, but like it's a lot. We talk about this a lot, and a lot of people in here with this sort of, I think, false equivalence. But
yeah,
who am I to say that?
It is a little bit of a false equivalence. I mean, I try not to go into like the more paranoid lunatic fringe of like manufactured consent and, are there sides? Is it all being, driven by 6 billionaire companies that
Soros.
and I'm not talking about George Soros or the Rockefellers. I mean, I'm talking about
The
Vanderbilt
side is
and,
$6
a big group of people.
into a
Rosenholz. It's all the
What the fuck?
it's all of us, dude. Yeah, I get it. I know, and it's also what's fucked is that these concerns that we have are legitimate. The concept that you're talking about, manufactured consent, is real, and like, yeah, and yet, it could not matter any fucking less. It could not matter any less.
Because this is the reality we find ourselves in.
Because this is the fucking reality. Jill Stein can't win. It is statistically impossible. She's not on the ballot in some fucking states. It's not. We can't. There's no fucking leftist revolution coming over the hill in this election cycle. It's just not a thing. And the sooner that we fucking figure that out, and the sooner that we say, if that's not a thing, and it sucks that it's not a thing, and we need a revolution to fix all of the things, all the legitimate concerns that the left has that the Democrats are not fixing on behalf of those most marginalized of us that Donald Trump seeks to fucking level, that the Dems are just platforming themselves on like this problem that they never fix. Legitimate concern, fix it, fuck yes, but like it does not change the reality that we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. Thanks for talking to me.
You too. Thanks, man. Okay. Who's playing? Jessica. I don't know. Maybe shut it up. Okay. Let me in.
Hey, what's up? Alright, you ready? Alright, welcome to Good Troubles TikTok, where we bring you the latest.
Did you write this out, dude?
No, I found this, and then I inserted your name.
Did you write this out?
No,
What
I
are you
inserted-
reading off of?
Yeah, I found this, and then it was like radio host announcer voices and like scripts. Is that not okay?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to be fun.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you'd appreciate it.
All right, give it a shot.
You made... Okay. Up next, we have a real crowd pleaser. It's the latest hit from Kamala Harris called We Will Win. This track has been climbing the charts and has everyone talking. Let's take a listen and see what all the hype is about.
Was that it, dude?
Yeah. All I said was, radio announcer voice. Yeah.
All right. What did we talk about last time, SpongeBob?
Last time we talked about kind of my opinion about how, my opinion is Biden has the neurological condition. Obviously, I'm never going to vote for Trump because of clearly he was trying to steal the,
Election.
Man, these people are roasting me in the chat. That's okay. Yeah, but he clearly tried stealing the election, which not okay. I'm never going to vote for him. But then meanwhile, I also think that Biden has a neurological condition. Everyone knew about it, including Kamala Harris.
Right.
And so I'm not voting for either one of those people.
Got it. When's the election?
November.
August, September, October. We got 3 months to get you. I'll get you.
I don't know, man. I thought you could be a little bit nicer about my radio now.
Okay, I'll get you. I'm sorry. It's late. Dude. All right. I'll get him. happened? This guy was like, let me in, let me in, let me in. All right, we gotta go to bed. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. I got a thing to do tomorrow. We almost lost this live for a week, which would have been disaster. I'm trying to see if any of these. No. Yes, tested. Let me in. Let me in. I know. I'm trying. But you just. Okay.
Hey, so I've been kind of confused by the response to Kamala becoming the replacement candidate. I'm just surprised that the reaction has been so enthusiastic given her track record. We've seen how excited Gen Z has gotten with like the whole brand, the whole brat like marketing scheme. I'm just kind of shocked by the enthusiasm that people have given her kind of status quo establishment track record.
Yeah,
So how would you respond to that?
Fair. I think what you're seeing is a response to
You're a dumbass.
what? What?
Well, you know what's what.
I didn't. Can I just answer this and then we can fight?
Sure.
Okay, great. I think the thing that you're seeing the response is this sort of like relief that we feel that we don't have to. That we're not particularly excited about Joe Biden's candidacy, but we were going to do it because of the other thing, because of the on fire dumpster on the other side of the ticket, right? And what we're seeing is this sort of like collective emotional weight lifted off of this side of us, and that is like manifesting in support for this person, hope, excitement. I think that it has more to do with that, and also not for nothing, like she is status quo, but like the status is like it's mostly on the right side of shit. It's mostly on like on the side of like women's rights and gay rights, and like that's what that is. So like.
So you think it has more to do with the circumstances and just that she's a level above Biden than herself, her own platform, who she is actually?
She's orders of magnitude in terms of levels above Trump, which I think is even more important. Not just Biden.
I just think it's interesting. Like people are treating her like she's like progressive. The people are like the enthusiasm that does surround her is that of like a
She's
progressive.
pretty progressive. I mean, in terms of other candidates, sure. I think she's further left of Biden, which is why I think that they ultimately chose her. And
In what regard is she further left than Biden? He's going to have the same stance on Israel.
She was one of the first people to call for a ceasefire to figure it out.
I think when it comes down to it, there's nobody.
That's not the same stance, though. That's immediately not the same stance.
I don't know.
She's big on gun control. She's big on like I don't know. I think she's way further left than he is.
Can I speak before I go? Can I speak
Yeah, sure.
to one thing you just said about with the last guy you let in? I feel like our government has been bought and paid for, and our politicians have been bought and paid for
Forever, dude. Forever. It's
a
all been
long time ago, right?
Well, forever.
And so no,
This is crazy.
yeah, that's been the case for years.
Jesus Christ! Hey,
Forever.
top guy user 53. Can you just find that muzzle wherever you had it and just put it back on for 2 seconds and let this guy finish, and then we can yell at each other, right?
It's been years of
Okay, go for it.
it's been years of our politicians being bought and paid for, and I feel like
And
Trump.
Dodd-Frank.
I feel like Trump Trump being the quote unquote imminent threat to our democracy, like the buck stock has to stop somewhere. We have to put our foot down, like somewhere, and we can't wait. We can't just like keep on waiting until we can't just keep on postponing that.
Are you saying don't vote for Kamala?
I'm gonna vote for Jill Stein or RFK or write someone in.
Fucking Christ.
Wow. All right. That sucks. That sucks, dude. I don't know what to tell you. They're not going to win.
Sorry.
They're not going to win. I don't.
I know it's not
I'm
no,
not
it's-
gonna wait either. You asked me to be quiet.
I don't know what sort of fucking hell beast we have to deal with after you leave, but like, it also it's less upsetting because like this person can't be helped. You have a brain in your head, and you understand
It's
that like.
okay. But like I remember.
Shut
No.
up. God, let me finish this conversation, then we can yell at each other. That's what everybody wants us to do, okay? It is, this is me talking to you as just a person. You feeling morally superior having cast your vote for,
I don't feel morally superior. I don't judge anyone for who they vote for as long as it's not Trump. Like I don't feel moral superiority. I don't feel like I'm a civil rights activist. Like I just can't bring myself to vote for Kamala or.
but you say that,
or
but
status
like I just
quo.
don't understand. You don't feel like you could bring yourself, well, but do yourself a favor. Do us a favor. Bring yourself to vote for her on behalf of all the people that are going to be affected by a Trump presidency. If Jill Stein siphons enough morally superior leftists to vote for her and accomplishes the only thing that she's going to do, which is lose this election on behalf of Kamala Harris. Do us a favor and find a way to vote for every woman and other minority that is going to be affected negatively by a Trump presidency, rather than do the fucking obvious thing and just toss your vote. Your vote might not matter. Tommy's vote might not matter, but collectively your votes are going to matter. And if you just throw them in this fucking waste bin because you feel like you can't bring yourself to vote for somebody who doesn't align with your values perfectly, when put up against an actual fucking despot in the making, I have very low sort of like tolerance when it comes to this it comes to this line of reasoning. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way to make this make sense in this instance.
It's not only that she doesn't align with my values. I don't think she really represents almost any Americans. That's the whole problem. Is that, hold on, I'm going to finish. I think the whole problem is that they're pushing agendas of people that we don't know the names or faces of. That like our whole political system is ran by people that we
It's
don't
her or
know.
Trump, dude.
What'd you say?
It's her or Trump. That's it. Jill Stein's not on the fucking ballot in like 6 states. It's statistically impossible for her to win. So all you're doing, literally all you're doing, is making sure that you are like siphoning votes away from. Which, you know what? If that in 2055, and you're telling your kids, I know that like Roe v. Wade and like we used to have contraception and we used to not have to track women's menstrual cycles as they were traveling. And I think, gay people used to get married here and we used to have votes, and you can just sit there. But like I knew in my heart that I couldn't vote for Kamala Harris, and that's fear mongering and pieces like that's a shitty way to do this. But that's the fucking reality that we're looking at. It is Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and then not fucking voting. That's it. Those are the fucking options.
I'll let you go after I just say this. But the whole problem with our voting system is that it's a binary choice. The powers that be,
Correct.
you voted for
Correct.
you voted for Trump or you voted for Kamala.
Correct.
We don't get to write a long big
Correct.
paragraph.
I just got through talking about this. Here's how we implement ranked choice voting, by demanding it of a 2/3 fucking majority House and Senate. Do you know how we get that? We turn both of those things blue. Do you know how we do that? By voting. Do you know how we can't do that? If Trump gets rid of fucking voting, we can't we can't implement a change to our electoral college and fucking try and get a third party who is valid, or implement ranked choice voting so we don't end up in the system if we don't fucking change the system. And we can't do that if we can't fucking vote for the president anymore. And that is what we're up against. That is what we're up against. And I need you to fucking understand the peril that we're in, and that you people that think like you don't seem to understand. This is the situation we find ourselves in. There is no changing that.
Don't.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Thanks.
Oh fuck! I kicked the wrong weirdo. Come back, man. Come back, other lady. Beelzebub. Oh, fuck this fucking phone, dude. Sorry. I'm trying to find that woman, but she's gone now. Where's the snorty one? Ugh. Ugh. TikTok Studio in PC. I don't have a PC. People sitting here going like, we're gonna vote for Jill Stein, as if she doesn't have like weird ties to Russia. As if she doesn't have like really problematic fucking ties to Russia. I don't get it. Like,
Hi.
you can shame me. That's fine. Go for it.
I'm not trying to shame you. I've just been trying to get up here for a week.
Will I never get my chance?
I don't oppose you. I agree with like mostly everything you said. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is basically what you were talking about. I work in politics. I worked for a congressman, worked on campaigns. And speaking to candidates, the reason they don't, I can't say this for all of them, but the reason they don't go further left is because those people don't vote. Like, their voting base are centrist voters. So they placate to them. And it is highly evident. Like, look at Jamal Bowman's primary race. The turnout was 20%. 20%.
That's fucking crazy.
And he is a ceasefire, progressive, part of the squad candidate. And
he lost.
He lost. And only a 20% turnout. And
this is the thing that I've been secretly feeling in my heart and not wanting to say, but it's 1:15 in the morning and I'm running out of fucks to give. It is very evident. The thing that tuned in people accuse white leftists of all the time, which is performative fucking activism, is no better encapsulated in their fucking voter turnout. When they come up here and they shout to the rafters about this shit and don't even show up and vote for Jill Stein, even after crowing all of this shit. They don't even show up to vote at all, which is fucking fuck you, dude. Shut up. And like, I'd be willing to vote. I'd be willing to bet. Poll how many fucking people were sitting here being like, don't vote, fucking vote for Jill Stein, are not even registered.
yeah. And it's, so Cori Bush, her primary is on Tuesday, and I just don't have a good feeling about her winning. and the first thing that's going to come out of their mouths is they're going to blame AIPAC for it. And it's like, I used to call myself a leftist, but in the past few weeks I have handed in my leftist card because the amount of racism, anti-Semitism, and misogyny that is coming from these people has been absolutely disturbing. They blame everything on AIPAC, blame everything on Zionists, and it's like, maybe if you just voted.
Guys, Zionists control the media and the banks and the music. It's just this. We already did this. We did this in the 40s. We already tried. They already tried this shit. They did the same thing.
Yeah. And it's like the same thing can even be said for like young voters. Everyone in 2022 is like Gen Z saved us. And it's like to an extent they were helpful. But if you look at their turnout, it was only 28%.
Do you know what the other thing is? Foreign money in our government is a problem.
Yeah.
We don't have to fucking sit here and pretend that it's not. We don't have to pretend, okay? There is foreign money coming from everywhere. There is dark money coming from everywhere. Super PACs are bad. We don't fucking... Dodd-Frank, everything is fucked. Everybody owns everybody. Sitting here and harping on this one in particular is so transparent. Not only that, they are not even close to the largest Zionist donor. I don't remember the name of it. Even more like pro-Israel than AIPAC. It's just AIPAC is like the one that they know that the Jews run.
Yeah.
And it's not even close to how much the other one gives.
Yeah.
But yet.
Yeah, it's even like